I feel alright. I put my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on. I put my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
Hi there, welcome to Grown Up Dress Up the channel. I'm Tiffany, your virtual personal stylist, and this is Style Chat Tuesday. Today's episode comes in the form of a reader question who asked, what kind of jeans are best for a curvy girl? Well, jeans are a good question for anybody. We wear them all the time and they can be really confusing because there's so many different options to choose from. Price point, color, cut, all those things, and especially if we're curvy, it can be a little tricky. But these tips are going to apply all across the board. So when we're looking at jeans, we're going to look at four main factors, and we're going to go from least important to most important. So starting with the cut. And we're talking specifically about the cut of the leg. This may be in contrast to what you've read in fashion magazines or other people have told you, because I feel a little differently about the cut than I do anything else. So to answer your question, for a curvy girl, your best option is going to be a straight cut jean. So this is not angled out like a boot cut, and it's not tapered in like a skinny jean. It's just going to be straight. It's going to skim the body. It's going to look the best on anybody with curves. However, the straight cut is not necessarily very trendy right now. We've seen the skinny for a long time, and we're seeing the rise of the boot cut right now. Neither of which, to answer your question, are going to be perfect. But if we consider all the other factors, I say choose whichever one is on trend, and then we're going to make up for it in everything else that we choose in a jean. So the second thing to consider, and we're looking for a pair of jeans, is the wash. And there's everything from dark indigo that looks almost black to like an acid wash jean, which I don't even have an example of because being a curvy girl myself, it's just not going to be very flattering for me. So this is as close to an acid wash jean as I'm going to get. And so the most flattering is going to be the darker the jean, the more skinny we're going to look. And this includes the feathering in the pockets as opposed to just a simple all one color is going to look best. The next thing we're going to consider is the pockets. And the pockets are kind of an interesting one because you get what you pay for as far as pockets. These jeans, well, they started out as $80 in a chain store, and I got them on sale for $45. The pocket size of this jean is about 30% bigger than the designer jean. And the pocket is going to be really key in how the back of our bottom looks. We want to choose something that's not too big. This one is a little on the large side and not too small. We want it to be right in the middle. That's going to create the perfect proportion. So that's something that you really can't find until you go to the higher price point in the jean. However, our last point is the rise. And there's everything from super low rise to really high rise. In order to look our best, we want to go somewhere in between. Most of us curvy girls are dealing with a little bit of camouflage the tummy issues and not just the hips. So given the choice, I'd rather pay for the rise than the pocket. So sometimes you have to sacrifice one or the other. Like this one is a dark wash. It's a skinny cut. The pocket is a little bigger than I like, but the rise is perfect. You have to just try on many different styles in the rise because it's not universal across the board. Despite what they tell you, you can go between a mid-rise and a high rise. That's going to create the most corseted effect, pulling everything right here in. The low rise is going to have your stomach kind of splashing over, and nobody wants that. And if you go too high, then it can kind of squish under, and nobody wants that either. So depending on the brand, you're going to be looking for a mid-rise or a high rise. The good thing about the rise is that they come in all price points. So this was my less expensive jean, and this was my my Zara jean. This is a great price point for jeans as well, and this one is a higher rise. So that's kind of our four basic. I did want to touch on the boyfriend really quick. These are the boyfriend fit, but what I did, because I'm curvy, is instead of going for a true boyfriend, which is going to make me look larger, I went for a skinny in one size up. So I still get the effect a little looser in the leg, but it's not so loose that it's giving me extra fabric that I don't need. So to review, we're going to look at cut, wash, pocket, and rise. And those are the perfect order of the things that you're going to be looking for. If you follow these steps, you're going to be looking good, feeling good in your jeans. So thank you so much for your question. If you have a question you'd like answered in a Style Chat Tuesday, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. You can send it personally to me at Tiffany@grownupdressup.com. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.